services. These are also probably familiar to you if you've ever used Google Directions or anything like that. This is a zoom tool, so the closer you zoom in, the closer you get to your geographies, and as you zoom in, right now we're still looking at counties, but as you get in, it doesn't make sense to look at counties anymore. You are going to be so zoomed in that you're going to be in the middle of a county and not be able to see any of the geographies that you want to use to edit, to move around on the map. So this is a zoom tool. If you want to go back out to the full extent of the map, this is the extent tool, and you can just click on that, and it'll take you back out to the original map extent that we started at, and this is the full state of Arizona. The next tool is an info tool. If at any point throughout your editing session you want to click on a GeoUnit and see what that might be. So this is a county. We get county name, total population, a couple other pieces of information that might be useful to you. District info tool. This is if I am zoomed in, sometimes these labels disappear if you're very close. If I'm zoomed well into this county, I may not see the district label anymore, and I just want to click on it and be able to see what district I'm in. That's a very handy tool. District locking tool. This is something that you use if you are satisfied with a district and you don't want to change it. You want to make sure that no matter what you do, you don't select anything within this district. You can click on the lock tool, click on the district that you're interested in locking down, and it will lock it down on the back end of the system so that you can't edit any of the blocks contained within this district. Now this red line indicates that it's a locked district, so any editing I do around it, even if I drag my mouse and select blocks, a portion of this, it won't allow me to actually select them. I'll just select those blocks that surround the district. I'm actually going to unlock this at this point in time so that we have a fully editable map here. The next set of tools that you will be using a lot of are the selection tools. So as a reminder, what you're selecting in order to edit are the underlying geography. So you're either going to be selecting counties, tracts, or blocks. And I'm going to zoom in to the point where I get to, let's say we're going to start with tracts. So one good indicator of seeing where you are at this point is this is show county by, which means I'm still at the county level. Now I'm at the zoom level. It's about halfway, where it makes sense to switch over to tracts in order to edit, which are a slightly smaller geography. I can use my selection tools now. So I'm in between two layers here, or two districts, sorry. And actually, I'm going to pan the map so that we get to a point where we have two unbalanced districts in different directions. So this is District 7, and as you can see, according to the map legend, the dark blue indicates that we are far under our target population. And this is, let's see what this district is. I get my district tool and I click here, it's District 4. And over here on the map, we can see we are over our population, our target population. So I might want to swap out some of the geographies here, keeping in mind other statistics as well, but I'm going to focus only on total population at the time. So this is the single select tool. If you click once on a district, it will select, I'm sorry, I still have my district ID tool. Turn on the single district tool, and I click on the single select. This is selecting an entire tract. As you can see here, the tract goes over two districts, and that's okay. There is no rule in redistricting in the state of Arizona that says you can't split a tract. You can't split blocks, and that'll be evident when you zoom in. There will be no block that is split by a district boundary. But in the past, things have been drawn at the block level, and you can see here the tract, which is made up of blocks, is actually split between these two districts. When you're editing at the tract level, if you grab this and you go to assign it to another district, it will move the entire tract. So I will go through my other tools before I assign that to a new district. This is my rectangular select tool. My rectangle select tool allows me, if I am zoomed in at a pretty close zoom level, and I want to select a number of counties, I can use my rectangle select tool. And I'm actually going to zoom in here to a populated area so that blocks get smaller in populated areas and have more dense population. So we're going to zoom in here to this section of the map. Sorry, so we'll take just a minute as I zoom in. And again, as you zoom in, you want to just readjust. You can click on the hand tool to readjust and move the piece that you want to edit to the center of the map. And then as you zoom, it will use that center point to zoom in closer. So as you can see here, if I go back over to Select Map View, I am looking at tracks. It says Show Tracks By. So I can now see that I have more geographies here to select from. So it might not behoove me to use a single select tool. I might want to grab a whole bunch of tracks. So I use my rectangle select tool, and anything that intersects with that rectangle will be selected. You can always redraw your selection if you weren't satisfied with that one, and it'll move your selection here. Now, if I select a geography, let's say I'm going to draw here. Let's say I want to pull some tracks from District 14 and move them to District 16. And oops, it looks like I selected some of the tracks here in 16. Well, that doesn't matter. It's not going to assign them twice or mess up your statistics at all. It will just simply, these will stay in 16. So don't be concerned when you're editing that if you select geographies that are in a district that you want to assign to. The other selection tool is the polygon select. This comes in handy, besides being fun to use, it comes in handy to, if you realize that you want to reach up here and grab another geography and then come over here, it allows you a little bit more precision as you're drawing your selection. So now I have my selection, and I'm going to assign it to District 16. There are two ways of assigning. I can either assign with a drop-down and choose District 16, and it says, please wait while the new districts are computed. What's happening on the back end is that it's calculating all of these tracks and all of the blocks that are contained within and re-tagging them with District 16 as opposed to District 15 and 14. And it's also recalculating the statistics here. So as the statistics are being recalculated, you'll see that the statistics panel here will repopulate, and you will see the new statistics. The other choice for computing new assignments, and this is taking a little bit of time, like I said, doing any kind of software demonstration early on in the process is always a little bit risky. So typically this would be almost instantaneous. It looks like my server got hung up a little bit. So I am going to switch over to another instance here, or we'll go back to another plan, and we'll